Welcome to Deep Roots, Open Skies, a podcast dedicated to exploring the defining moments that shape our lives. I'm your host, Lakisa. Hey there, it's Lakisa, and welcome back to Deep Roots, Open Skies, where we connect the dots between who we are, what we dream for, and the kind of world we're trying to build. Now, today's episode, buckle up, because we're talking about something that hits all of us, freedom. You've heard it a million times. Freedom isn't free. It's printed on bumper stickers, shouted in protests, tattooed on arms. But what if I told you that freedom isn't just about wars fought or flags flown? It's about mindset, money, courage, and community. Freedom is a daily fight, an internal and external one. And depending on the day, it can cost you sleep, sanity, or your favorite piece of peace and quiet. Because tell me why every time someone brings up politics at a home barbecue or family gathering, I remember that freedom also means I can choose to eat my potato salad in silence. But lately, I've been asking myself, do we really understand what that means anymore? Yeah, we're going here today. When I was a kid, I used to think freedom meant staying up past bedtime. Freedom was sneaking into the kitchen for that last slice of sweet potato pie, thinking I had the world figured out. Like, I'm free now. Mom can't tell me nothing. But adulting hit. And I realized, oh no, this freedom is expensive. You see, adulthood hit like a student loan statement. And I realized, oh wait, this so-called freedom? It comes with taxes, expectations, and responsibilities, and not just the monetary kind. Freedom means having to choose to speak up, to stay kind, to fight for what's right even when it's not trending. It's the courage to say, that's not okay, even if you're the one saying it. It's resilience to rebuild when systems fail you. And it's care for others, not just for yourself. Freedom means rent, healthcare, getting education without debt chains on your ankles. Freedom is the ability to say no without losing everything. And that, my friends, comes with a price tag society doesn't always post up front. Here's the truth. Freedom is both individual and collective. To stay free, we need more than laws and constitutions. We need awareness, courage, and community. Because paper rights mean nothing if people forget how to use them. A constitution can promise freedom, but its people, our choices, our vigilance, our love for each other, that keep that promise alive. A 2024 analysis of global democracy trends showed that more than half of countries experienced declines in at least one key area of democratic performance in just 5 years. Things like credible elections, freedom of expression, and access to justice. Freedom House also reported ongoing drops in political rights and civil liberties in dozens of countries, with only a much smaller group showing improvement. And the reason isn't just political tension. It's something simpler and scarier than that. Apathy. We start to assume someone else is watching out for democracy. We get busy surviving, scrolling, or numbing. Slowly, we trade engagement for convenience. And in that quiet trade-off, something bigger slips away. Freedom fades when we stop paying attention. It doesn't collapse with one big event. It erodes silently through our distractions, our divisions, our silence. That's how rights disappear. One unchecked law, one silenced voice, one unchallenged injustice at a time. But here's the hopeful part. Those same tiny choices that can weaken freedom are also the ones that can restore it. Every small act of courage pushes back against that slow erosion and says, "Not today." Now, don't get me wrong. Freedom also shows up quietly in everyday courage. It's the teacher correcting history when the textbook goes wrong. It's the young mother speaking up at a city council meeting, even when her hands are shaking. It's the neighbor who refuses to turn away when she sees someone being treated unfairly. Freedom looks like action. It looks like love. And sometimes it looks like exhaustion. Let's be honest. Staying informed and involved can feel like a second job. I know it. You're trying to work, raise your kids, keep your mental health intact, and somehow still keep up with what's happening in your city, your country, your world. But if freedom is something we want our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren to have, it means continuing to show up, even tired, even scared, even when it feels like nothing changes. Now, how do we protect our freedom? So let's talk solutions. How do we make sure we don't lose what previous generations fought so hard to win? First, we need to stay curious, not combative. We don't have to agree to understand. Ask questions, listen actively, separate people from politics, and remember, empathy is stronger than ego. Instead of canceling or condemning right away, ask, what shaped your view? Listen for understanding, not just for the clapback. Curiosity keeps conversation and community alive. Then protect truth like it's oxygen. Question headlines. Confirm sources. Don't let social media feed you fake freedom. The moment truth becomes optional, freedom becomes negotiable. Support independent journalism and credible reporting, because freedom of expression and a free press are some of the first things to weaken when democracy slides, and we're seeing that at first front. Third, invest in your community. Freedom shrinks when isolation grows. Attend that local meeting, volunteer, support your neighborhood businesses. The smaller the divide, the stronger the democracy. Support community groups doing civic work, especially in places where new rules make voting and engagement harder and more expensive. A connected community can push back where isolated individuals cannot. And 4, vote, even when you're cynical. That's right, drag yourself to the ballot box. Freedom doesn't show up for the unbothered. When we do these things, not just for our people, but for all people, we begin to create a freedom that truly serves humanity, not just the privileged. Now, I know voting doesn't fix everything, but not voting guarantees that other people decide your future. In a world where new barriers to participation keep popping up, choosing to vote is an act of protection, not just preference. Teach the next generation. Talk to your kids, your nieces, students about rights, history, and responsibility. Freedom survives when the story is told honestly, including the parts that are uncomfortable and you don't want to hear. And trust, let's be honest, being a responsible citizen does not always feel glamorous. Nobody's handing out trophies for double-checking your sources or emailing your city council member. Sometimes it's sitting in a 3-hour public meeting with cold coffee and vibes that scream, "This could have been an email." Sometimes it's paying your taxes and still swerving around that same pothole for the 5th year in a row. But that's the beauty of it. Freedom is both messy and miraculous. It's loud protests and quiet acts of kindness. It's holding the line even when nobody's watching. And it's joy. Joy, too, is an act of resistance. When we laugh, love, and build, especially in dark times, we practice the very freedom we're trying to preserve. I think about my children and their children and the kind of world I want them to inherit. I don't want them worrying about fighting the same battles we thought we won. I want them living in a world that learns, progresses, uplifts, where freedom means more than survival. A world that prioritizes justice, health, and opportunity for everyone, not just the people who already have access and power. You know, the billionaires and elites. Because freedom is not about me, it's about we. It's about believing that humanity's best version includes every one of us, safe, valued, and free to dream. So what's the price of freedom? It's awareness, compassion, consistency. It's choosing courage over comfort, truth over convenience. Freedom costs what apathy saves. And if each of us pays a little, not just with our taxes, but with our hearts, actions, and empathy, we build a world where freedom isn't borrowed or divided. It's shared. When we talk about the price of freedom, it's not just a theoretical or metaphorical cost. It's tangible and real in our everyday lives. Now here's how we can further explore this idea. Awareness, staying informed, is crucial. It means actively seeking out reliable information, questioning what we read, and understanding the broader context of global and local events. Awareness helps us identify when freedoms are being eroded and empowers us to act. Compassion. Freedom thrives when we care for one another. Compassion drives social justice, equality, and inclusion. By empathizing with others' struggles, we create a supportive community that values every individual's rights and dignity. Consistency. Consistency in our actions ensures that we don't become complacent and stagnant. It's about showing up, speaking out, and participating in civic duties regularly, not just when it's convenient or popular and social media tells us to. Courage over comfort. Choosing to do what's right often means stepping out of our comfort zones, whether it's standing up against injustice or having difficult conversations. Courage is essential for protecting and expanding freedoms. Truth over convenience. In a world where misinformation is rampant, defending the truth becomes a revolutionary act. It means holding ourselves and others accountable, questioning easy narratives, and valuing facts over convenience. You got shared responsibility. Freedom isn't a solo endeavor. It's a collective responsibility. By contributing through small, meaningful actions, be it voting, volunteering, or simply being kind, we ensure that freedom is a shared experience benefiting all. Building a unified world. Oh, that's beautiful. When we invest in freedom, we contribute to a world that's not divided by haves and have-nots. A unified world values justice, health, and opportunity for everyone. So ultimately, freedom asks us to be active participants in our communities, continually striving for a world where everyone can thrive. And this shared investment makes freedom sustainable, resilient, and truly valuable. You've been listening to Deep Roots, Open Skies. If today's conversation moved you, made you laugh, or opened your eyes, share it. Tag someone who needs this reminder. Because freedom stays alive through connection and awareness. It's the first act of courage. Until next time, keep your roots deep, your skies open, and your spirit free. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Deep Roots, Open Skies. Until next time, embrace your journey and keep exploring the possibilities.